Evening sports fans, and welcome back to the HM YouTube channel. And it's been an absolute while, so welcome back. So we're actually here in the new HQ, the HM HQ, and we also have a new addition to the family. So welcome to the new Civic Type R EP3 with a British touring car kit among some other British touring car goodies. So what I'll do is a bit of a show around, do a quick nice cinematic view around the car, and enjoy. So there we have it, sports fans. So the spec is, it's a UK EP3, so it's a roll-in shell, so it's got no engine, gearbox, engine management or exhaust, but the actual shell is a British touring car body kit. So let me show you. So it's a British touring car body kit comprising of a fiberglass front wing, or front wings, front bumper, splitter, side pod or door side pod, sill and rear arch pod or extension, fiberglass rear bumper because it's wide on the rear, and BTCC wing stanchions and British touring car wing. And on top of that, we've got a touring car that's never came with that, but it's a good addition, keep you nice and cool on the inside. So I'll show you. So you've got some vents up at the top here, so that'll keep me breathing while I'm inside, and we've got extra mirrors as well as Motec CDL 3-dash OMP steering wheel with quick release boss. We have some OMP seats, and we have a full Sparco multi-point roll cage all welded in with air jacks. One there, one in the corner, get my finger in the right position, there we go, and then there's one out back. So one in the back. So that's all plumbed up to this little jobber. So we've got an air lance that goes onto that, and the car will go. That's it. So then get your wheels off and do any service maintenance that we've got. We've got Team Dynamics British touring car wheels. So they've got these extra little holes in. They are the forged versions. I might be changing those for some better offset versions because we have a bit of a stagger. And yeah, so I bought it like this, and I really like it. I love it. And there's a few bits I'd like to tidy up. You can see it needs a bit of a clean, and I've not done anything with it since. So I thought I'd give you guys a good view at first hand as I've picked it up. Oh yeah, we've got the K-tune shifter as well. Fire extinguisher plumbed in. So we've got a pull cord down here, and we've got a battery in the back. We just need to sort that out. Yeah, we've also got some StopTech 4-pot brakes. So they're on a aluminium bell, and they're not floating, they're just bolted on, but you've got aluminium bells. So we've got significant wheel spaces on here, which these will do for now. But I think, like I said before, we're going to get some different offset wheels so they fill the arches a little bit better. It's a facelift version, so it's got the bug eyes, and it's the Team Dynamic later series bumper. So I'm undecided whether to change that for the original Area Motorsport one. So it's I'll drop a picture here, and essentially it gets a pre-facelift headlamps, but also pre-facelift rear lamps. So replace these for the pre-facelift versions. It's just a personal preference of mine, and growing up as a kid, I really liked the early British touring cars. So yeah, there's a few bits again I just want to tidy up. There's some bits I want to take out, so like these bits for the rear seats and for the seatbelt mounts and stuff like that, and just generally just to tidy up. And yeah, but the main thing being that we need to get an engine in. get this open. Here we have it, sports fans. The engine bay, you can see, is red because the car used to be red before it was painted white. So the next plan is to tidy all this up and get this painted the same colours on the inside, so all grey. And we've got some engine mounts on the way, some Hasport steel engine mounts with the race spec grade, which I think is 95A. We've also got some shifter cables, which it means there's a second set, so we've got one on the inside or in the garage waiting for the Coilovers. We've also got BC coilovers, so these are the ones that have the canister on the outside, so you got a bit of more bound and rebound support. And got some shafts already. We've got shafts already in the garage waiting to go. But yeah, so it's a full rolling shell with, you know, pedal box still in, with the ABS plumbed in still, and we've got the steering rack. So yeah, we've got the bump steer correction kit's already on there, looking a bit crusty, but could do with a bit of a clean up. And we also have the roll sensor adjusters. I think the Buddy Club ones, but again, we need to get these bits off and give them a good clean up and see what's actually on there. So as you can probably gather, we're going to give this a good clean because the previous owner had it for a few years and never really used it because it was just a shell. He took the engine out that was previously in it. So what we're going to do, because there's a bit of a change of plan over this end, so this car is going to get the K24, which was destined for the Williams. But what we've also done is got rid of the Dakar. So the Dakar has actually been ousted. I'll put a little clip here of it leaving.
Adios.
So yeah, it was a pretty sad day because, you know, this car, when it came in, one more car had to go, and yeah, the Dakar was a 1.4 RT initially, and it did actually need a bit more love than what was intended. The intention was to stick an engine in and get it going, and it wasn't that simple. There's a few bits of rust on there which needed to be sorted out, so it seemed that I didn't want to have two restoration projects on the go at once. So then this came up, which, yeah, it does, again, needs a clean up, but it does mean I can stick an engine in and box in and a few other little bits to go with it, and we can go on a track day ASAP, and that's what I want for this year. So we're not retracting away from doing the work on the Williams as well. So the plan is for that, that's going to get the K20 that was destined for the Dakar. So yeah, so I'll have a K24 EP3 British Touring Car kit, but also a K20 Williams. So what today's plan is to get this Civic off the driveway and get it in the garage. As you can see, the Williams is there, obviously in the background is there. I swapped it all around because getting the Dakar gone. But before we do that, just want to show you this. So forgot to show you on this first bit. So here's our air jack bottle. So we've got a Crontec Lance and fitting on the back. Well, I would have shown you the air jacks. However, as you heard then, there's not a great deal of pressure in there. The bottles I actually left, or when I collected the car, we put the air jacks on just for the time being, just to get some bits loaded up, but we left it open. So for the time this has been sat in my garage, the air's all escaped. Right, sports fans, as you can see behind me, the Civic is now in the garage, and the new garage, welcome to it. A little bit of a guided tour. So we've got said Civic, got brand new lighting, put all this up quite recently, bit more storage over in the rafters. We've got the Dakar's old bonnet, so that'll go as a bit of a feature on the wall, same as my old trials bike. We've got the K20, that needs to be put somewhere else. Bit more tidying up needs to be done here, so ignore that. K24, so that's going to go in here with the gearboxes on this currently. And yeah, so welcome to the new environment. You know, there's still a bit more tidying up to do, a bit more arranging, so we've got a few bits that need to go on the Williams. They need to be with that. This car's a bit bigger than Dakar, so previously we had a Dakar in here, and yeah, you had a bit more space. Yeah, please ignore that because that's got to go. Yeah, so we've got a bit more space. so we can actually do some HCMs. So first thing we need to do is sort out this issue. So this was, clearly from the previous owner, and it's on the left hand side and the right hand side front. So when it's on a decent lock and a bit of bump, so when the wheel goes up into the arch, the tyre is actually catching a bit of the body. So it's on the inner arch. You can just see that bit there. So we need to base it. There's a good amount of flange on that, so probably about an inch worth. So I'm just going to cut that back, re-weld it, just make sure there's no holes or gaps, or we're going to lose any structural integrity. And get little tabs off like this. We don't really need these anymore. And then that's it. So yeah, just gonna get into this lot. There's a few bits again, like I said before. We're gonna get cracking with this. I've received the mounts. I just need to go and fetch them. But yeah, so let's get the wheel off and let's get this front bumper off. Let's go at it. Right, so here we have it, sports fans. The bumper is now off. I've took the headlamps off, and yeah, you can see it's still red, still very mucky. Again, it just needs a real good clean up. So I'm going to paint all this exactly the same colour as what it is on the inside, which is like a gunmetal grey. So I'll get that colour from somewhere. Still need to drop the subframe. Just want to tidy this up. It's got standard void bushes in the rear arm, the front arms. So I'm going to get some bushes for that. So some better bushes for that. And the roll centre, the roll centres look okay. So I think we're going to keep them on there. Just need to have a bit of a check when I drop the arm. But yeah, generally, give it a nice little clean. So looking into these are actually HID kits. So we've got one each side. So I'm going to take these off, and because I'm going to use the pre-facelift headlamps, I've already got the rear lamps. So I just need to modify this rear lamp to have the hole in for the Crontech, what do you call it? One of them, yeah, that. But then the other thing is, need anti-roll bars, which I think I mentioned earlier on. But I'm going to get, I think, just a JDM one for the front end, and then a Teguer 24mm at the rear, and could do with a rack spacer. So we've got a roll kit, or a bump steer kit added on there. So try and get there we go, get the pointer in there. So we've got a bump steer adjuster there, but the rack is still on a bit of an angle. So you can get these kits where it raises the centerpiece up, so then at least the steering arms are level. So that's that for now. And here we have it, sports fans. Welcome to the new HCM British Touring Car Civic. So what we're going to do, we're going to leave it here for today. And thanks again for watching. So hit that subscribe button here below. Also, drop us a little like if you like it. Drop us a comment if you really like the stuff. And yeah, so stay tuned for the next episode. Take it easy.